This is what basically was happening. What the police admit that they failed to pick up on was this social media out of the area, out of the state, that there was a lot of chatter going on saying, hey, let's go to Virginia Beach this weekend. They didn't pick up on that. And when the tour buses started showing up from out of state, police knew this was not going to be some ordinary weekend. As 10 on Your Side first reported, during the Saturday night mayhem, Deputy Virginia Beach Police Chief Bill Dean at the scene of the first shooting at 20th and Atlantic.
40 feet away from the shooting when it occurred. That shooting literally occurred in my presence, the chief's presence, and many officers' presence. We were to that situation very quickly.
Dean says that was the first event of the evening. By the time the swarm of police got 40 feet, the suspect was gone, but left something behind.
We have recovered a couple of guns from a couple of different cases. They were left at the scene.
Fire and run?
Actually, I really, Andy, don't want to get too much into the details of that right now.
Fingerprints can go a long way. Dean says police knew early in the week there would be a big college crowd, but failed to fully engage social media to figure out how big.
We had heard that it was going to be college age people coming. We reached out to colleges, we reached out to fraternities and sororities, and none of our efforts to reach those or to get that information was a very valid predictor for us.
In the Monday morning quarterbacking analysis, Beach Police admit they need to channel the intel more efficiently.
We had very little information going into this event, and that's unusual for us. In all of the other holiday, large crowd situations we have, we're able to get assessments in advance as to what events are going to be occurring, what organized events are happening.
After the shooting and into Sunday morning, Dean says police did an excellent job of readjusting.
I think we were flexible in how we responded. I think that our response changed as the crowd grew. I think we were fluid and able to move our people and our resources.
And that's Deputy Chief Bill Dean. Now, one of the big deals is the permits. You know, I asked the question. I said, come on, don't you know from the permits, you know, what activities are going on, how many anticipated people will be at these events? Here's the problem with that. A lot of the events were taking place on private property, in restaurants, in hotels that are already permitted, so they did not need another permit. So a lot of things were going on in these private venues that they didn't know anything about. And then what happened? Well, people poured out onto Atlantic Avenue. And I'm standing out here, I'm all alone, but on Friday and Saturday night, you know, people were everywhere. You couldn't move anywhere without touching, you know, bumping into somebody. Now, coming up on Wednesday, Councilman Bill DeSteff says, hey, we're having a town hall meeting. It was already scheduled, he says, but it was announced after all this happened to talk about other issues. He says this will come up and also come up before City Council tomorrow to talk about exactly what happened and what the response was and to get those final numbers as to exactly what played out here. But in self-analysis, Virginia Beach Police admit they need to do a better job analyzing and picking up on this out of area, out of state chatter, people showing up. That's the latest here from Atlantic. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on Your Side. Guys, back to you.